Hi there, welcome to my channel once again. If you're just seeing this face for the first time, please do not forget to use the subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, I welcome you all and I celebrate you all. So this is part 2 of my inspired conversation with Jenny, the SS3 girl I met during my inspired joining as a core member. So before during the conversation, Jenny had come to see herself only through the distorted lens of a negative life experience. He felt lonely and isolated, and she could not envision her life any differently. I told her that God has never compromised. She thought maybe God was concerned only with her soul, that she did not understand that her life was so important to God. So I explained to her that God never wished her to get stuck in the same emotional place for the rest of her life. That God is not after the salvation of her soul only, but to heal her from the pain of rejection from anyone and whosoever that might have hurt her, so she could finally live without the pain and marks of her past life. Giving her life to Christ without knowing Christ and trusting Him was the problem. She gave her life to Christ, but she did not know Christ and she did not trust Him. That was not enough. Giving her life to Christ was not enough. Like I said before, I told her that only knowing Jesus Christ and trusting in His power is the only solution that can make her heal. Jenny cried and pleaded with me that she needs help, because she can't do it on her own. She said she can't do it on her own. So we joined her together, we prayed, asking Jesus to take place in her soul, to take place in her life. Despite some teachers that were in the staff room, it was as if we were alone with God. Yes. After some minutes, as I was about leaving the school, I asked Jenny if I could pray for her again. We bound our head together once more. We bound our head together one more, and I talked about my disappointment with my own father and the struggle that it has caused my mother, my siblings, and I. Then I thank God that He had given me the strength to be healed of my pain. I cried to God and told Him that Jenny's wound had gone beyond a mere healing, too far long, and the marks needed to be removed immediately before she committed suicide. I encourage her that Christ has another purpose for her life, which is the new version of her life. And then the school rang a closing bell and she went to pick her bag. And she told me that she was heading entirely to a new direction in her life. See, one of the limitations to being healed without marks is not being able to look beyond your present state of mind. Besides, we all are like Jenny. Sometimes we are unable to see a life without emotional pain. Years of pain can toil, just like a story of a lame man in the Bible. I think that is in the book of John chapter 5 verses 2 to 6. Yes. You can be in a terrible situation for so long that you can become addicted to it. But you have to look behind the past. You have to look behind the pain. This does not have as much to do with the persons that caused you the pain as it does the feeling of hurt and failure that comes with the situation. These feelings are those terrible mistakes you keep replaying. You keep replaying it in your heart and mind. And they does no good to you than limiting your appearance. So you have to let it go. Just let it go. Because if you keep holding on to it, you will realize that what would have been forgotten ever since has become a part of your daily thinking. Yes, that is it. I talked to Jenny about the fathers. The word fathers, this set of two, father and mother, this set of two called father and mother sincerely come with serious expectation. And when the expectations are not met, the emotional struggle can be very wide. In Jenny's life, her pain was very wide. I had to first reach out to the adult in order to position the child for healing. I explained to her that her stepfather has his own strength and weakness, just like every other person. Yes, that her stepfather's weakness was inability to take care of her, inability to take her as his own blood. That alone led to frustration. I did not think her stepfather rejected her out of hatred, but because of frustration that she was being sent out of the house. She being sent out of the house was not her fault. Then the woman in her heart heard me, and the child began to cry. And she said she thought something was wrong with her. I reminded her that all the houses she worked for as an house girl, the lifestyle choices, the shame, the guilt, she has survived. I asked her, do you know why you survived? Even the time she told me she was about committing suicide. I told her, but you're still alive. That is to tell you that Christ is not done with you yet. I showed her that she refused to die during that process of all the pain because God has placed his hand on her and he's still working out of his purpose in her life. Yes. See, the devil in her father's body was aware of God's purpose for her because he tried very hard to destroy this girl. Yes, devil tried so hard using the stepfather to destroy her, but God stood beside her and he didn't abandon her. As I told her this, Jenny realized that God had always been there for her. Yes, God had always been there for her, like many other people. Jenny had missed several opportunities for healing because she misunderstood God's love to her earthly father's love and his power to heal. Immediately, she understood these things. Jenny marks were removed and her wounds were finally healed. I want to ask you, which hurt are you still carrying? See, we all suffer from the pain of emotional struggles, either from childhood or adulthood. And we carry the marks on our faces, which are like pain of regret, pain of disappointment, pain of anger, pain of fear and abuse to hold us back from experiencing the beautiful life that God has given us. See, whether from abusive parent, broken home, loss of relationship, loss of great opportunity or loss of your loved ones, through death or rejection, our wounds have torn away our peace. Like most of us, our wound, our past, our pain has torn away our peace and separated us from our strength. To be healed, we must first realize that being hurt is an inescapable part of life in this world. And in this world we are in, even Christ himself did not escape it. He was hurt, he was wounded for our transgression. So no matter what your past consists of, you must make peace with it. You have to make peace with your past. You have to make peace with your past. Just as it did for Jenny. Jenny gets stuck in the box of anger, pain, and so many negative things. The hurt-producing pain of your past has become the mark of your present. It hinders your dreams and aspiration in life and your ability to become a better you, because you are expanding your energy, building memories of your past around you, which is a wall that provides no escape from your frustration and depression. See, let me tell you a story we all know about Daniel. Daniel found himself in a very uncomfortable place, the lion den. It was a situation that should have ended his existence, but somehow he survived. Even the three men in the fire, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they found themselves in an uncomfortable place. Let me tell you a story let me just share a story of Daniel. Daniel found himself in a very uncomfortable place, the lion den. We all know that. Even these three men in fire, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they also found themselves in an uncomfortable place. It was a situation that should have ended their existence, but somehow they survived. At the very least, the experience should have left them physically and emotionally scared. The evidence of these experiences should have been obvious to everyone around them. But yet, it wasn't so. Why? Because God was involved in the midst of their experiences. Due to this important person that was involved, these important persons that were involved due to this important person that was involved in their experience, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they both came out. Daniel came out from the lion den. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not born with the fire. They came out with self-esteem, identity, and their emotions was unaffected, with no evidence of negative emotional struggles. See, most of us allowed rejection and past pain pulling us down as a result of not realizing the importance of acknowledging God even in the midst of obstacles. The emotional pain, the emotional struggle, it could be child abuse, neglect from your loved ones, broken family, broken relationship, disappointment, frustration, anything, and rejection. This thing has a very vital effect on all of us. While we are still struggling to let go of the past, most of us hope that time will heal our wound, and it is absolutely wrong, because time does heal some of our wound, but time alone is worthless to take away your terrible experiences that build up on our emotions when our pain is unresolved. Instead of getting healed, our pain keeps growing. One of the greatest mistakes I made in life was pretending to function very well while bearing the hurt that life gave me. In order to survive, I pretended to be strong. I thought it was okay to pretend within myself that it will help me get rid of the past. But at the same time, that inability to be strong almost destroyed my emotional growth. Yes, emotional trauma seeks to consume our very own identities and steal our stability. Emotional pain steals our joy. We pretend to live good life, studying, working, planning for the future, while secretly we are crying, feeling shock of a real wound. The secret behind this situation often causes us to feel betrayed and confused. Emotional trauma leaves us feeling as though the future has nothing good to offer us. I know all of us have come through terrible situation in life. We have experienced several effects from what the emotion gave us. Many of us might not have physically injured, while others have serious emotional pain in their heart. Most of the time, we seem not to pay attention to the effect of the incident until after the incident, when the wound manifests itself on you. The only answer to our pain is acknowledging your Creator and learning to live in His presence. You might be surprised to realize that you have been in His presence and you reconciled with your Creator, but you are still deeply wounded and heavily sad about the feelings of pain, the feeling of rejection, feeling of abuse, depression, disappointment, and hopelessness. This kind of people, when they hear that God can deliver, they passionately receive their healings while continuing to struggle. Because of this, they have the two rivers in their hearts, producing both sweet and bitter water in their lives. It is time we learn how to call God to heal our wounds, so that we can live a purposeful life. Your Creator wanted to know that. Your Creator wanted to know that He is the supreme God, and He's in the midst of your situation, and that He has the power to heal you from your hurt and make you unaffected. So you have to acknowledge that you were hurt and allow Christ come into your heart. His unending love and compassionate heart will take away the box of anger, the box of pain, the box of hatred, and it will transform your insecurity and loss of identity, and you will live your life unscared. If you're listening to this video from the beginning, it will give you the full courage to open the box, the bitter box of your past. This video is to encourage you to acknowledge your own and past and allow Christ to heal you from all the struggle you've been through. You may seem to find yourself while listening to me, or you may have someone that you need them to overcome emotional struggle in their life. This video is for anyone who is like Jenny. She has endured childhood emotional turmoil, childhood emotional pain, struggle that were meant to map her life, frustrated relationship, failure, disappointment, and shame of the past. It is a paracetamol that will help them in stepping out of life valley. It is important and most relevant to those who have been hurt in one way or the other. You might have been questioning yourself and your creator if you will ever feel different or let go the past. But God's grace is like rain, and it falls on the just and the unjust. Through this video, God will lead you to healing that will be obvious to others. What happened to you and your family has no power over your future. You can find freedom from childhood emotional struggle in Christ Jesus. Christ will give you the grace to overcome all the struggle of life without leaving a negative cast in your heart. As you watch the video, I pray that you receive your healing and you will be free forever from emotional pain, from struggle,